What's up, people? Guys, I've made the most powerful PvP weapon combination tier list in Throne and Liberty. I've put all possible weapon combination which you can make in a game, and as the new player, I will help you and I will explain you all my decisions, why I make these decisions. I will talk about the cons and the pros for each weapon combination based on the PvP. We're gonna choose the three type of the PvP battles which you will face mostly in the game. It is like an large scale PvP which counts the castle sieges and the arc bosses. Weekly arc bosses will be massive fights. This will be the first sector. Second sector will be the mid scale PvP like in boonstones and rivestones. It's based mostly guild versus guild fights, and the last one will be the short scale and it will be arena. So guys, in this tier list I will rate the weapon combination based on that three type of the combat situation, and I will explain all my points for be clear and visible for you. But before that, I want you guys ask you to subscribe my channel. I have 2000 hours of Korean experience. I have one of the best and powerful character on that region. I have a lot of knowledge about Throne and Liberty. I'm making a lot of guidelines which helps you to progress your character as fast as possible. So hit the subscribe button, and now let's get back and watch the video. Alright guys, until I start this, I want to tell you that I've already put the early game builds for the meta weapon combinations on my channel. So if you're interested with it, you can go there, you can check the builds, and it will help you so much on your early stage gameplay. Okay, now let's go to the tier list, and first I want to put the similar weapon combinations here, like in double same weapon combinations. These weapons combinations have only one way to live, and it is the Gate of Infinity, guys. In the Gate of Infinity, wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I need 7. In the Gate of Infinity, guys, this is important. If you have double weapon combination, you can reach the higher level ranking list. You can check it on my channel with the detailed information how you can take the high rank in the Gate of Infinity, and only this double weapon combination can work. Otherwise, it's just a D tier. Alright, I just put it in the D tier, everything, and now let's move and let's talk actual weapon combination. Staff and wand combination of the weapons. This is high popular weapon combination in Throne and Liberty. It's representing the DPS dealer healer. With this combination of the weapon, you can do a lot of AoE damage and you can burst the target as the healer perspective as much as you can. This type of the weapon is highly important for the castle fighters, since you do a lot of damage as the healer and you have high healing ability. For the defensive side, you have endurance stat. Endurance stat means that you still get the damage, but you take the lower damage, so you don't avoiding, and if multiple players will target you, they can easily kill you. But if the 1 or 2 guys targeting you, you can still easily survive. To compare it on the large scale battle, this weapon combination is amazing for the large scale as the healer side. This is so helpful weapon combination from the DPS dealer healer. For the small scale PvP, as this weapon combination is not that good, since there is the way better like in wand and dagger is amazing for the small scale PvP, like in 70 people versus 70 people, guild versus guild fights. It's amazing. And for the arena side, I would put this one on the for the arena side. This weapon combination looks like I would took the way better one. You know, again, wand and dagger for the small scales are amazing. Let's put it in the S, A, and if I will change my mind based on the other weapons, and if it will not be the fire use, I would put it up. But let's put it in the S tier right now. Staff and sword and shield weapon combination is not a meta, and staff and wand was the meta, but this is not a meta. This is the mage with high defenses. You don't fight with the sword and shield, you fight with the staff, and you have the defensive side. As my personal experience as the MMORPG player, if you're the mage, if you're not the healer, and healer have its priorities, right? It will heal himself. You do more damage, it will heal himself, but it will also do the damage in the time period. So as the tank perspective, sword and shield does not really have something special abilities which can gives the high survivability for the staff to sacrifice a lot of damage, right? You have to build your character on the endurance, which is decreasing the incoming crit on you, and sword and shield can do that. But guys, you don't finish it the player good, and you don't heal, right? if the enemy have evasion, you will miss a lot. I mean, you will miss a lot, and you can't heal yourself, so they will still kill you. So this type of the weapon for the PvP side, on the castle, you're not a tank, right? You're not a tank. Castle is so big minus. On the short scale, it's also big minus. On the arena, it's kind of big minus, but on the arena, maybe it can survive a bit. But on the 1 versus 1 PvP, this weapon combination can be good, especially for the special targets. So I would just put it in the bit here, right? If someone wants to be the mage type of the tank, all right, every weapon combination have its idea, but the meta weapon combinations in Throne and Liberty have way large scale of the idea about the game. If you want to play this, if you want to test it, go on. Just you have to know that this weapon combination is not a meta, so you will fucked up on some specific combat situations. Now let's go to the Staff and Dagger, and this is the pure S weapon combination. Not only because I'm playing it, I'm playing the Staff Dagger on the Korean region, it is my main, but as the logical ways, Staff Dagger is not a best for any situation. It's not a best for the castle, it's not a best for the small scale PvP like in Boonstone, Rivestone, it's not a best for the arena. But guys, it is the balanced high level on all of this everything. I mean, you are so good, not the best, but you are so good for the castle sieges, you are so good on the boonstones, and you are so good on the arenas. If you have proper finger, you have chance against everyone. I hope I explain my point. I hope I explain my point, since I'm saying again, you are not the best for the castle siege, you're not the best for the boonstones fights or rivestones fight, and you're not the best for the arenas, but you are more than higher on all of this situation. Since, small example, if there is the bow staff combination of the weapon is better than you on the castle sieges, but bow staff is not better than you on the boonstones and rivestones on the arena. You get the point, guys? Bow staff is the best weapon combination of the castle sieges, but have a problem on the other PvP combat situation. Staff and Dagger is good for the castle sieges, good for the boonstone and rivestone, and good for the arena. On the proper fingers, this will be amazing. So this is the kinda S tier class for these weapon combinations in the PvP side. For the PvE, it's fucked up. I mean, this is so bad for the PvE, and you have to check my PvE tier list, and I will explaining the ideas why the Staff Dagger or the Bow Dagger combination of the weapons are amazing in the PvP, and they are so bad in the PvE. Okay, let's go to the Staff and Longbow now. Staff and Longbow weapon combination, I would put it in the A tier with the reason which I explained. This weapon combination is super amazing for the large scale, since you are so distant, you have a lot of AOE skills to shoot the area, but for the small scale, it's not like that, since you are focusing more the single targets, and there is not the Zerg versus Zerg. In the Boonstone and Rivestone, we have kinda the 3 guilds fighting to each other, or 2 guilds fighting to each other, so that is not something amazing numbers. And for the arenas, this combination of the weapons does not have protective side, so they are so weak against the CC controlled targets on the arena, and if you're not the over boosted with the gear, you're going down. So I would just put it in an A tier to compare other S tier weapons. Like an S tier is like, god, it have to be like that, but every A tier weapon is so funny and so amazing. Staff, Longbow, you could be so much funny. I'm talking about guys on the high echelons, you know. On the Staff and Longbow, your gameplay would be amazingly high. You are the best in the PvE, and you do a lot of damage in the PvP. Staff and Crossbow weapon combination. All right, this will go to this position at the B. If it would be the PvE, I would put it in a higher one, but in the PvP one, it goes like that, with the simple reason. The crossbow, you have to go to the close to the target, which is the problem for the staff, and in this base, you have zero type of the protection. You have almost nothing to protect yourself, and in the PvP, crossbow have way better weapon combination, so I would just put it in a B, since it can be good against some specific classes in 1 versus 1 or 3 versus 3 arenas, but in the overall, it's not the good combination of the weapon. It's not the meta weapon combination, but again, guys, it's still up on you. It's still up on you. Staff and Greatsword weapon combination. Guys, I had a lot of fun about the Staff and Greatsword weapon combination. It was the super funny, since the people think that Staff and Greatsword weapon combination is something amazing. They think it because they saw some content creators was farming the people on the Hyperboost server on the Korea. And let me explain you what happened on the Hyperboost server, okay? On the Hyperboost server, game at the second day was gifting you the best weapon, and you had the lowest gear. You had to grind for the gear and you could get the best weapon. So it means that you had way better weapon than you had the protection, and that's why they was working. And I tell you, there is the videos and you have to check the HP. The guy was killing with the staff greatsword combination, was killing the staff dagger, and staff dagger have 9k HP. On my Korean character on the staff dagger, I have 17,000 HP. He had 90,000 HP. He was naked and okay. I don't know, guys. I am strongly against the staff and greatsword. I have 2,000 hours Korean experience. I play this game on every categories, and I've never seen anyone so powerful and check the details and he was the staff and greatsword. That's not how it works. For me, it's on you, still up on you. Greatsword and wand and tome combination is kind of bad for the PvP, and I tell you why, okay? This is also against some specific target, guys. This is for the small scale, like the arena maybe, but not the perfect situation. And like, and if you call someone, let's go to the 1v1 on the Castleton open world arena, and you can do something. But overall, on the large scale, mid scale, even on the arena, you can get fucked since you have 0 protection except your heal. If you could survive on the arena on the large scale and the small scale, you have to fight on the melee. You go in, guys. So if you don't have protection, hide or evasion or something, you're gonna fucked up. So this is just but it's still better than the greatsword stuff, so I will just put it in the B tier. Okay, I say it's better since you do a lot of damage with the greatsword and you heal yourself. All right, so at the defensive side, you can say that I have heal or I have the sleep. On the stuff, you don't have nothing. I will just root you on the stuff and I'm gonna shit you out, so nothing gonna save you. Greatsword dagger is an S tier list, and I explain why. Okay, Greatsword dagger is an assassin. It's so good assassin and so good class as an assassin. Just have some problem about the large scale on the castle. It's have a problem. If you have the Tavent dagger, which costs you the car price, it's amazing. If you don't have it, it's have a problem. But on the mid scale and the small scale, it's have so much power that you cannot avoid to put this one in the S tier. But guys, this class can be killed also if you know how to kill it, and you will get an experience while you're playing the game. So this is true S tier assassin combination of the weapon. The Greatsword and the Longbow combination of the weapon, to say this is not the something, it is the C tier, and with the simple reason. The Longbow, every time you take the Longbow as the secondary weapon to fight against some players, you take like a barrier for that, right? And if you are the Greatsword and if you want to play Longbow as the main weapon, anything, you have only one thing: hit. You have high hit since you have that fucking Greatsword passive, which increasing your hit on the high HP, but you're losing a lot of things. First, you don't have skills enough, and second, you don't have that power to use that skill enough to eliminate the target. So I don't like this type of the combination of the weapon. I don't even face, and I did not even see someone was ruling some segment with this weapon of the combination. Greatsword and the crossbow weapon combination is definitely for the B tier, since independently the weapons like a greatsword and even the crossbow is not the best for the large scale, and the crossbow is meh on the mid-scale PvPs also. But together this weapon combination have some point of the evasion from the crossbow if you get a lot of hit, and you have really good accuracy. You will not miss the targets, and you are the glass cannon type of the power character, so you will take the pleasure. But guys, as for the all type of the scenarios, if the people don't want to play only with the glass cannon, you can't be the defensive side, okay? But this is really funny. You can do a lot of damage with this weapon combination, but you will die so fast. I mean, sometimes you can't even kill someone, you may die. You need some perfect situation for your maximize your power in this weapon combination, so it goes to the B tier. The Greatsword and Sword and Shield weapon combination is an A tier. I really like this weapon combination. It is the fighter, you know, it is not SNS Greatsword, it's the Greatsword SNS. You use SNS for your protective side in the PvP, and your main weapon is the Greatsword. You are the heavy tanky fighter, and the Greatsword have enough abilities to kill the targets, but this is not the best for the large scale since you don't have full type of the protection as the tank, so you can't be the strongest player on front of the line, but you can be some middle side since you may get the heal from your group member. But for the small scale and arenas, this is really nice weapon combination, and I'm gonna put it in the A tier since this one have a lot of counters, and that's a bit a problem for this type of the weapon combination. But if you want to be the tankier heavy DPS dealer, this is your class, man. The crossbow and the longbow. Crossbow and the longbow weapon combination is an A tier since from the crossbow you can get a lot of evasion from its passive, and from the longbow you can get a lot of endurance. So you can build your character semi-evasion, semi-endurance, and in the middle of the stage of the game it can be so good weapon combination. But for the later at the end game it's not that best, and it's have some lacks. But at the early stages of the game, like in more than early stage before the end game, this is super weapon combination, and it goes to the A tier. The crossbow dagger. The crossbow dagger where I put on the S, but it's have some problem. All right, I will explain, okay? The crossbow dagger is so funny weapon combination. It is super funny. You're just shooting like a machine gun, right? But you have some defensive problem, and you are the single targeted. That's the main problem. You are the single burst targeter, and on the large scale you don't have much chance. On the small scale, mid scale and small scale, you need arc boss weapon to really destroy and be noticeable on that type of the PvP content. But for the arenas you are one of the best, and for the PvE you are the best. So I would put it in an A tier since I love this weapon combination, and it is super funny, and super funny also to watch. The crossbow and wand and tom, this is kinda no, not like this. You're the crossbow, you're the lethal. Every weapon combination with the crossbow have to be the lethal one. You don't need to heal yourself. You have enough abilities to heal yourself, okay? On the crossbow and the weapon side, you don't need the wand to heal yourself. You better be the deadlier since you're so weak as the crossbow, and heal can't save you or help you. The crossbow and sword and shield weapon combination is kinda, as I say, guys, you know, we are not robots, right? We don't make some script for the perfection for something. And as my personal opinion, if you're crossbow, you have to be deadlier. If you're not the deadlier, you don't have to care about your defense, right? If you go to the crossbow line, you don't have to talk about the protection of yourself, like in defensive side, not the evasion side, right? For the protection of yourself, you're just a dummy. I mean, you don't do the damage, and that's the huge problem for me, so I've just put it in the C. Longbow and dagger. You know why I'm not putting the longbow and the dagger in the S tier? With the simple reason. For the mage classes, the staff dagger, and for the range physical classes, the longbow and dagger is almost equal, but there is a difference, okay? Longbow and dagger is the best single target burster, which is the problem for the large scale and the small scale PvP, but it's amazing for the arena. Okay, you get the point, right? The longbow is one of the best single target burster class even on the arena. Longbow have high arena plus and middle, not middle and a high like in staff dagger. Middle and the lower on the large scale like in castle, and middle on the mid scale PvP. So I just put it in the A tier, but this is so good. I mean, if you are focused and oriented for the arenas, this will be really good for you. Longbow and sword and shield goes to the tank type of the combination, and people are taking this because of the barrier, the latest passive of the longbow. And if you're tank, you're taking a lot of weakening damage, and you will be so all the time on the barrier, and you think that you are the fighter for the battles. But no, it does not work like that, right? If you are on the longbow, to use your passives as a damage passives, you have to be on the distance on the target. That's how your passives work. If you go to the close, and if you will be the melee, you will not have that much distance. So this is more for specific situation, more for some type of the arena matches, but not for the overall. So I'm not gonna give this one the credit. Longbow and wand and tom weapon combination is amazing for the healing perspective, and it's also amazing for the PvP perspective on the large scale, small scale, and the mid scale. It's not a burster, but it's the survivor I mean, it will be so hard to kill the really good build this weapon combination, and its time will come and it will kill you. On the large scale, it's have mass skills and it's have the healing ability, so it's the true A tier of the weapon combination. Now let's move to the sword and shield and wand and tome weapon combination is S tier. On the large scale PvP, you don't have evasion, but you have endurance to get the less damage, and you can heal yourself. You can sleep the area of the your front area of the targets. On the mid scale, you do the same, and for the arenas, you do the same. Everyone hates you. No one can actually kill you, and you do a lot of damage if you have the Tavent weapon, Tavent wand. It's amazing. But for the supportive side in the PvP, and you are in the supportive side, you're true S tier of the weapon combination. Just, I mean, I would never play sword and shield and wand because it's not funny for me. I mean, it's not funny that no one can kill me, but I'm gonna shit the same. The people just root me and run. If I see sword and shield and wand, I just root them and move. It's not funny for me, but if it's your style, it will be that. If you want to be unkillable in Throne and Liberty, you have to take this weapon combination. Sword and shield and dagger is the best PvP supportive class. I really love this weapon combination. It's high survivability and it is high powerful weapon combination. It's do its job in the PvP for all scale. I mean, for the castle, for the mid scale, for the large scale, for the small scale, for arenas, everywhere this weapon combination have its place, and it's high PvP supportive weapon combination, so it is the true S tier. And wand and tome and dagger, my lover, my best. Maybe some people would put it in the A, but I will be egocentric here, and I will tell you that this weapon combination is a sleeper, and this is super awesome weapon combination. It's boring a little bit for some players and they don't choose this weapon combination, but guys, if the enemy have this weapon combination, I know that we're gonna fucked up. The guy comes in the hide, he used the hour sleep, and we know that we're gonna fucked up. And this is what the wand, them tome and daggers are doing on the large scale, mid scale, and the arena. They are highest helping classes, and it is really hard to win against the enemies when they have this weapon type of the combination. But it's not funny for most players, and they don't take it. But if you want to be really respectful weapon combination, you have to take this one. You are the sleeper man. So guys, again, I explained all my points. This is my own ideas. This is based on my experience about the game in the last 10 months. Play this game on the Korean region. I explained all my points. I hope I was at least possibly fair how I can do the fire, not the fear. Okay, I was fair in this, and I was right and respectful for all weapon combinations. If you have any different ideas or the questions, you don't know this game yet, I know that most of the viewers have no idea about Throne and Liberty, type me in the comment. I'm always too happy to help you. I'm a staff dagger weapon combination player. I will have a lot of guidelines about that, and I've already done a lot of meta weapon build combinations, and time to time I will put these A and B and maybe the C tier for you, for help the players who decided to take the pleasure from Throne and Liberty with these weapon combinations. Okay guys, I hope you like this video. I hope my explanations and my points. If yes, hit the like button, and overall guys, if you appreciate my true hard work about this game to be succeed and to be fun for you and to make easier for you to understand about Throne and Liberty, hit the subscribe button to my channel. And as always guys, see you in the next video, and don't forget to check the PvE tier list for Throne and Liberty.